Hola mundo, hello world. So for today's video, I'm gonna be highlighting some of my favorite parts from yesterday's ceremony for the inauguration 2021 and some of the things that we should be expecting in this country from here on out, and as well as what this win of this inauguration really means to a lot of people. And here we go. Let me just start off by saying that these outfits look mad good. And then Mrs. Michelle Obama shows up like this. Damn, girl, really? This ain't no fashion show. Or maybe. I also want to mention how awesome it was that they did for the first time ever a curated live stream for children. It was on Discovery Education, PBS NewsHour. It was also on Amazon Prime, as well as it was on Nickelodeon. It was hosted by Kiki Palmer, and it was a live stream so that they can understand what was going on before the ceremony as well as during the ceremony. And there was also a message by our new First Lady, kind of letting the young generation know that she's there for them. Another highlight that I loved was the performances. The performances were great in my opinion. I love how Lady Gaga came in. She came in like a quinceañera. And y'all can say whatever y'all want about J-Lo. She's always at the right time, at the right place. She did her thing. I think she did her thing with that song. It was perfect for her voice. It was soft, and I like the inclusion of Spanish, as well as she did a reference to her controversial performance of the Super Bowl when she said, "Let's get loud." And honestly, this was me. I don't know if y'all remember this clip from Luck of the Irish when we were little on Disney Channel, and every time this movie would come up, I would just be like, yes, when the song would come up, because it reminds me of when I first got into chorus in elementary school, and this is the song that I had to sing. So this was my reaction yesterday when J-Lo started singing. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. I also enjoyed the performance by Garth Brooks. Amazing Grace always gets me emotional. I also like the poem recited by Amanda Gorman, the 23-year-old poet. The poem is called The Hill We Climb, and it was a stunning poem. If you guys haven't read it or heard her recite it, I suggest and I urge you to take a moment to read it and see her say it out loud. It's beautiful. Another highlight of the inauguration was how uncomfortable, or I guess we can say how so prepared Bernie Sanders was when he was at the inauguration. If you didn't see him, I have a picture right here of him with an envelope and his mittens. He looked so cute but so unbothered, like, why am I here? I want to say I really love this powerful speech that Joe Biden gave, our new president. I think it was very concise. I feel like he acknowledged things that we need to work on as a country, because in him being elected does not mean that there's a magical spell that was made out and that him and as well as Kamala are going to change how we see things. Everything's going to be different from now on. They are the faces of the new future that we wanted so much because we voted on it, and that we can only from here on out acknowledge everything that we consider is the American way, and in learning we are also unlearning. So it's something that has to do with healing. It's a long process, but we are people in this country of strength. We have shown time and time again that there are people who go out their way when times get rough, and they make things happen for the American people.
Community can sound to some like a foolish fantasy these days. I know the forces that divide us are deep and they are real. But I also know they are not new. Our history has been a constant struggle between the American ideal that we're all created equal and the harsh, ugly reality that racism, nativism, fear, demonization have long torn us apart.
Although Joe Biden being sworn in is important event in this country, important milestone, I just want to say that I really am honored to have witnessed our first Madam Vice President of the country. We're a country that prides ourselves in inclusion and diversity, but when you actually live here, you know that it's the whole opposite. We're in a lot of ways xenophobic. We segregate in certain areas, and the only time we ever are together are in amusement parks and in schools, when if you're in a public school. And yeah, so I think that is so beautiful that representation is in our White House, that we can see a woman, and not only a woman of color, as well as a woman that is Asian. I really love that we can have this new person that represents so much for the upcoming future, that our kids will start to see people that look a lot like them on TV, but in positions where a lot of our immigrant parents and our grandparents think that, you know, they came into this country and they can't take up that much space. They're grateful for just being here. And what if we just think that not only we are grateful to be here, but we're grateful also to speak our voice, speak what we have to say what we want, vote when we want something changed. Yeah, I know a lot of people who don't believe that voting matters, and I'm not going to argue with you, because like our president said yesterday, that's democracy. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you that I think it is a sort of ignorance. I'm sorry, it's an ignorance to think that voting doesn't matter when you don't know what the impact of voting has ever done for you. You don't search it up. You don't know what the primaries look like. You don't know about our history and what riots, voting, people in Congress, bills look like. You don't know. So if you don't know, I feel like you shouldn't be a part of the conversation. But if you do want things specifically to be changed in our country, I feel like you should voice your opinion, because your opinion matters. I feel like people that are like, oh, the two-party system sucks. Okay, but why don't you, especially if you're a young person, we have so much influence. We live in a society that cares about what you look like and what you have to say on social media, if it sounds good, if it looks good. We're visual people. So if you think that the Green Party is the party that we should look at, that we should leave the two-party system, then speak on that. Speak on how you think that we should change certain things in our community, because at the end of the day, it is our community. We should care about the things that happen in our community. And then a lot of times, the people that don't think that there's change are people that have already been oppressed and already are in a mentality to think that there will never be a change. And we are so, and I'm going to speak on this, we are so accustomed to the mentality that if we have struggled all our life, and that if we have struggled all our life, and we have been oppressed for so long, and things that have never changed before, or they're not changing exactly how you wanted them to be, that there will never be change, because we don't know what peace and progression look like. People that think that they're woke are sometimes get so woke that they become ignorant. They don't understand that people have human conditions, that people don't always think like everybody else. Just because you see something a certain way doesn't mean that everybody's gonna see something the same way. And yes, we're not talking about human basic rights. We're talking about my favorite color is blue. Your favorite color is pink? Okay. You're a Republican because you are this and this and that. I'm a Democrat because of this and this and that. But I don't believe in taking away your rights. And I don't believe in taking away your rights. That's where we should stand as a country. I feel like that is what democracy is.
It's survival at this point.
So with all that being said, I can't wait to see what's in store. I think that this administration is going to be much promising. We will see decency in the White House again. I feel like although everything is not, like I said earlier, it's not going to be 100% changed. Every president has a rap sheet. Every president is not able to do 100% what their campaign says they're going to do. But a lot of that has to do with how the Senate and the representatives look like at the moment. And I think we're looking really good. I hope his administration is able to, I hope they're able to combat the disease of that's COVID-19, because it's been horrible in this country as well as other countries. But this country being the country that it's not a third world country in a lot of people's eyes, it's devastating how this disease has hit people in their homes and in our communities. And I really hope that with racial injustice being a huge topic now, that we are able to see huge changes in this with this administration as well. And I just hope that, even if you didn't want Joe Biden to win, even if you don't think there will be change, I hope that there's change for the sake of all American people. I hope that, we can see eye to eye one day. And if we don't, that's okay too, because like I've said before, that's American within itself. And with all this being said, and if you got to this point of my video, I hope you're safe. Remember, like I always say, there are idiots out there. And I hope you are having a great day. And I hope you remember to see my videos every week if you haven't. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm so thankful if you're supporting me. I love you guys, and peace out.